He kaula, he hi'a, he haha ka upena, he piko, he maka, he hupu'u, he puamana. A ho okomo I ka hokeo, ka hokeo upena o Maui Nui a kama. Pai pai ia nai a holo, nā kama ke iki papa, nā kupa o ka aina. Pāmai nā ale nui o pailolo, ki o la upena hopu a holo. A ka alohi ai ke ala I ka hiki, ki o la upena hopu a holo. A la haina I o au, ki o la upena hopu au alako. Pai pai a lako, pai pai a ola, o Maui Nui a kama, o la Maui Nui a kama.
As the first community-based marine conservation network in Maui Nui, the Maui Nui Makai Network mission is to connect communities to care for and restore healthy ecosystems on which Hawaii's people depend. Our purpose is to share and learn from our diverse experiences, lessons, and best practices to help member sites Mālama their Makai areas. Our vision is to see our relationship restored to both land and sea as we reach across communities and generations to enhance our strength through diversity. Together, we commit to provide a legacy of ecosystem health and food security for future generations through education and Aina restoration. The Maui Nui Makai Network is a learning and sharing network of 3 partner organizations and 7 community member groups: Pola Nui Hiu from West Maui, Nāmamo o Mu'olea and Kipahulu Ohana in East Maui, Wailuku Community Managed Makai Area in Central Maui, Maunalei Ahupua'a Community Managed Makai Area on Lanai, Hui Mālama o Mo'omoni, and Kahonua Momona International on Molokai. In each place, our members actively care for the Aina and Makai areas. Many of these groups have been actively managing their sites for years, some for decades, and while no 2 places are alike, their conservation values overlap and unite them. The oli that you heard at the beginning was composed for the Maui Nui Makai Network. It speaks of an upena, a net, representing the network. Just as an upena cannot exist without the kaula, the line, the hi'a, the needle that threads the line, the hipu'u, knots, the maka, the eyes, our network would not exist without the individuals, communities, the bonds and relationships between all. At the piko, the center of this upena, the source of our connection is a common drive. We're motivated by our love for our island home. We actively and purposefully support community-driven efforts to Mālama Aina under the direction of Nakupuna and other knowledgeable community members. With humility, we put the fish first to ensure that Kapai Aina will return to abundance during our lifetime and for future generations. We support, encourage, and inspire one another with the knowledge that we're not alone in this work, but part of a larger collective. In the same spirit of sharing and learning and working together that launched our network, we then created the Mālama I Ke Kai Community Action Guide to offer to communities across Hawaii Nei and beyond. The guide was developed and refined over 10 years based on our experiences, and it integrates fundamental components of community-based management to help community groups organize and develop plans to restore Makai resources using adaptive management. Our network members had some really meaningful experiences and outcomes from many of the activities that are part of the guide, and we really wanted to put the guide into action. We planned a full workshop series over 3 weekends in May, July, and August of 2019. The 4 community groups were from Kaupo, Nahiku, Maka'alai, Hamua, and Kianai Wailua Nui, and they gathered together to work through and complete the Mālama I Ke Kai guide. So now to share their experiences from participating in that workshop series, we have representatives from 3 of the communities.
Aloha kako, my name is Samuel. Halinga ko the fourth. I'm 7th generation from Ke'anai to Kaupo. I joined the Maui Nui Network for sustainability in our resources, strategic planning for our communities to come together and work as one to protect our resources and to know what we have and what we don't have.
Aloha mai, my name is Marianne Kahana. I come from the Pi'ilani Ohana. They've been living here for generations, here at Hamoa Village on Haneo'o Road. I participated in the Maui Nui Makai Network because of being part of Keauhali'i. One of our missions is conserve and preserve our marine life, and we use their training platform to conserve what we currently have, which is this aina right here. And my vision for the land is to actually conserve it and not have it developed.
Aloha mai kako. My name is Lipoa Kalewahi. Born and raised in Hana. Grew up in Haneo'o and Hamoa and currently reside in Maka'alai. Some advice that we would like to share with communities that maybe just at the beginning of figuring out what they need to do, you're on the right path. These workshops and tapping into this network in particular, but possibly others like the Maui Nui Makai Network, go for it. This provided the strategies that we needed in order to implement and put all of that passion to work, to create plans around management and strategy to not only obtain this place but to create the steps that we needed to holomua and move forward.
Aloha, my name is Mavis Oliveira Medeiros. I live in Hamoa Village in Haneo'o. I came here today to talk about my most memorable moment at the Maui Nui Makai Network workshops. And it was a time when Mac, also known as Uncle Mac, had brought out this calendar, and he was talking about how the ancient Hawaiians had fishing seasons, and that really touched my heart because I felt like the Hawaiians of old, they knew a lot more than some of us know today, and it makes sense. It makes sense that there would be a moe season. It makes sense that there would be a mullet season because you don't want to go fishing when they're spawning because you would be catching all the babies in the mama's stomach. So thank you, Uncle Mac, for that very important piece of information. And we're coming to you live from Hana, Maui. Aloha.
Hey, how's it everybody? Aloha, my name is Jerome Kikiwi, President of Namoku Aupuni o Ko'olauhui.
Aloha everybody, Bush Martin, Vice President of Namoku Aupuni o Ko'olauhui.
One of the reasons why we decided to join Mālama I Ke Kai was to find out how we could work with our communities and partnership with state and county entities to protect and manage our resources from Maka to Makai in the Ko'olau Moku, the largest crown lands in Hawaii.
What advice do you have for other communities thinking about starting community-based Makai work?
Number one, you guys need to take actions of your kuleana. Number two, you need to protect and manage your resources. Number three, reach out to the Maui Nui Makai Network to help achieve your community goals. Aloha, everybody.
All right.
Aloha, my name is Christy Stone. I'm from Kula, Maui, and I'm here to represent Mokuo Kaupo. So I originally participated in the Mālama I Ke Kai workshops because we heard that Auntie Aloha Smith was getting Kaupo involved, and I knew about the Mālama I Ke Kai workshops from their first cohort that they did. When I heard that Kaupo was going to be a part of the second cohort and that it was going to be specific to East Maui, I really wanted to get involved because Kaupo is where my ohana is from. And although I don't live there now, we do go home as much as possible to Mālama our own aina and our own cattle out there. And I've seen the changes that's been happening. And after talking to Auntie Aloha, her mana'o is the same, is that Kaupo is growing and more people are coming out there to utilize the resources or to just get away from town. We both realize, along with many of our community members, that we need to find a way to manage our resources, but let our aina be open and available for others to utilize. We as a community need to be able to have a plan to manage it. And so Mālama I Ke Kai was just a perfect opportunity to learn how to go about planning a way to manage our resources as a community. I just love what they do. I love that Keanai was a part of it and Hana, because most of us are all connected as family. Anyone knows that if you are a descendant of East Maui, you pretty much are all related, because there was only one road, and so all the Ohanas are connected in one way or another. When I went to the first meeting in Keanai and I saw all my uncles and even my classmates and all my auntie them, they were the ones that was the leaders in the group. It was amazing, and that made me realize, like, I want to be a part of this. I want to learn with them, alongside with them, and learn their mana'o and what they think we should be doing, because they're the ones that I've been growing up with all my life. And to partake in this workshop to learn how we should manage alongside of them was like the perfect opportunity.
O Maui I Kina Kako. We are East Maui.
Ko'olau.
Hana.
Kipahulu.
Kaupo.
We work together to honor our kupuna, future generations, and lahui.
We strive for a life rooted in sustainability.
Ensuring an abundance of resources, we protect and preserve our community's traditions.
From Mauka to Makai, our forests, streams, and ocean are full of life that feeds and empowers our families.
As one Ohana, we celebrate each other's commonalities and differences, committed to learn,
Share and support all our efforts to Mālama Aina. Unified, we are stronger, more efficient, knowledgeable, compassionate, and resilient.
In this, we honor
our
our
O Maui I Kina Kako. We are East Maui.
So where do we go from here? Well, we are committed to continuing to work with these communities and others and whoever else needs our support so that we can make things happen. We hope this Mālama I Ke Kai guide can be a helpful resource for other communities in Maui Nui and Hawaii as well, and internationally should others find this beneficial for them. Now, given the pandemic, these relationships and connections between people, land, sea are even more vital. There's an opportunity to reimagine the future. Community-based work is the key to success. And that begins with trust in your community, trust in your partners, trust in all relationships. But it starts with yourself and nature. Hold these relationships in your heart and do what is pono. I ka wā māmua, ka wā mahope. The future can be found in the wisdom of the past. These answers are already there. They're in our na'au. We just need to follow them.